divided and nobody's sincere. Least of all the one we chose to take the wheel and steer. Step aside, the king has come undone, returning favors to his son. And now our heroes all are dead or dying, with voices in our ears, don't bother trying. We must go to Relay Road. I don't wanna play nice, and I don't wanna cheer for all the phony sycophants that I don't wanna hear. Mommy told me, live it straight and true. Somehow I ended up with you, and now our heroes all are dead or dying, with voices in our ears, don't bother trying. We must go to Relay Road, where a friend is a fighter, a rock and roll uniter. We got a creed and we got a code. Pay it back to the ones before us. Light a verse, explode a chorus. For on the floor is the big payload on Relay Road. Iggy, Sid, and Joey built this place for us, in this moldy basement, in the beat we trust. Every night we'd fall into that pew, drums and bass and loud guitars will drew. And now our heroes all are dead or dying, with voices in our ears, don't bother trying. We must go to Relay Road, where a friend is a fighter, a rock and roll igniter. We got a creed and we got a code. Pay it back to the ones before us. Light a verse, explode a chorus. For on the floor is a big payload on Relay Road. Bother trying. We must go to Relay Road, where a friend is a fighter, a rock and roll igniter. We got a creed and we got a code. Pay it back to the ones before us. Light a verse, explode a chorus. For on the floor is a big payload on Relay Road. Good afternoon to you. Hola, konnichiwa, bienvenue, bonjour, shalom to my friends across the globe, on the YouTube, on the Instagram, and on the Facebook. I'm Eric Harrison. I'm honored to be playing these songs for you tonight from an EP called Good Intentions. Do you know what EP stands for? Extended Play. In the 80s, when people bought music, the record company, in a cash grab, would either take a previously released single and pack it with detritus that was not good enough for an album, or if the band didn't yet have good enough material, but it was time to strike while the iron was hot, because there was payola in the pockets of record promoters, they would put out an extended play record, EP, not to be confused with a 12-inch single, which was a remixed, ridiculously extended version of the single, which almost always was atrocious, but it was the 80s, we made mistakes. That's what Cletus James Honeybun Harrison thinks of the 80s. It gets him barking mad. If you could see how small and Napoleonic he is now, you would have a chuckle. Anyway, it's good to be back with you. I haven't done one of these for a while, because I haven't been feeling it. But with a new EP out, I am happy, salute, to celebrate with these unplugged versions. This is the title track called Good Intentions. Credit to my old friend Larry Hart for forming the Hart Song Club, a Facebook group of songwriters who kept each other sane during the first few months of the lockdown in the spring of 2020. But for that gathering, this song might never have been completed. So thank you, Larry, and thank you, my friends in the Hart Song Club. I grabbed your hand, though you had your doubt. I wouldn't let go till you put me out. You didn't quite have the energy, so it began for you and me. Pretty girl in a heartless city, dreamed I saved you like Walter Mitty. When I woke to reality, somehow you saw good in me. Now I know our days are numbered, but I'm not gonna plead. Baby said she wants more than she needs, and you caught me crying. I was happy, sad. The best was better than the worst was bad. Gratitude for a love's ascension. We fell low in a bed of good intentions. Ramen noodles, Roman candles, Halloween with the poorhouse vandals. Trick or treat till she said to me, take off your mask and set me free. Now alibis and shifty eyes cut us to the bone. Are we gonna find our way alone? When you caught me crying, I was happy, sad. The best was better than the worst was bad. Valentine, gotta ease the tension. We fell low in a bed of good intentions. Faded love, such a treasure. Every step was a desperate measure. All the pain, half the pleasure. I'm here to serve, baby, at your leisure. Till it's over. Till it's over. Till it's over. Alibis and shifty eyes cut us to the bone. Are we gonna find our way alone? Well, I caught you crying, you were happy, sad. Forgot the chords there. And also, I missang a word, but maybe we should go with that. Here to serve, baby, at your leisure, when I meant to say leisure. Here to serve at your leisure. You know, when you're stepping to me for money, I'm ready for you. I actually kind of prefer that, but too late. The album's done. Leisure. And there it is. Good intentions. If you're a fan of unplugged music, then I'm glad you're here. If you're a fan of well-produced, crackling guitar rock and roll, then please join me in thanking my stellar producer Kevin Salem for helping me turn a handful of pretty good songs into a great sounding record. I'm forever indebted to my dear friend Kevin. We have some requests. I see them. I'm going to blast through these songs first. For my new listeners, I want to keep you hooked. All of you. So, those of you who've been with me for the last year know that I've had a thing for Adrian. Adrian, a sad-eyed lady of the suburbs, a beautiful artist of a certain age who is struggling to find her voice, thinking that the world has moved on. Well, you know, I've been pining and pining and pining and understanding her and being such a very good listener. But after a year, I still love her, but I've kind of had enough. So I took a walk into the metaphorical local bar and I found somebody else, somebody called Melody. Adrian was deep. Her still waters ran deep. Melody is all about the surface. And as Oscar Wilde once said in a quote that I wrote down, it is only shallow people who do not judge by appearances. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. Put that in your critic's pipe and smoke it, or snort it, or whatever you do with it. Think about that. Sometimes true fascination lies right on the surface. It is only shallow people who do not judge by appearances. Well, that's not a politically correct sentiment, but, and again, that's why Oscar Wilde is one of our geniuses of all time. Anyway, so I found Melody in the bar, and I could tell from the way that she chewed her gum, she was not from around here. And from the curl of her lip to the curve of her hip, there was a distance far too clear to me. But, you know, a guy's got to give it a shot, even if he's 5'6" and 3/4 and full of self-deprecating, self-defeating humor. He's just got to go for it. Melody, I'll make you mine. I can tell by the way that you chew your gum, you're not from round here. From the curl of your lip to the curve of your hip lies a distance all too clear. I see where I stand from your point of view. The truth is far from kind, but I'll engage, rattle freedom's cage. If only I could find a melody to make you mine, a melody to make you mine. I'm on a wavelength, long for your eyes. You look like I'll never know you. Just let me feel your disguise. Circling in a siren spell, I'll pick up my guitar. I'll intone in a microphone and send across the bar a melody to make you so serene. Slip into my mind and I'll tell a tale of fate that's unforeseen. Now where I stand from your point of view, the truth is far from kind, but I'll engage or out of freedom's cage if only I would find a melody to make you mine, a melody to make you mine, melody I'll make you mine. Blasting through the distractions we are here. Crash Course Productions. I see my drummer Charlie has joined. Next Saturday the 25th in New York City, the Crash Chorus 1.1 and I will be uniting and reuniting to play a show at the Delancey at 8 o'clock. Masking is not required, but vaccination proof is required. It is a bar, so you can have a drink. Cover is $10. We hope to see you there. And if you're not there, I won't blame not being an international pop star. I will blame frickin' COVID, Delta, Mu, and whatever other variations may be out. And the prevalence of beautiful, loud Spanish music in backyards as an alternative. It's happening. It's beautiful, isn't it? All right, let's see if I can blast through that distraction with this very serious song. One of the most serious I've ever written. Called The Fundament. Looking out of a window, is Daddy coming home? There's a warning of violence at the station. 7 dead on the sidewalk, and animals in a cage. We've been calling his number, there's no answer. If I knew of a signal sent, I'd follow it to the fundament. Men and women of good intent fall in line at the fundament. No promise broken, no truth bent at the fundament. Had a brother in Yuma and a kid on the way. She was waiting for paper to belong here, till the men who don't know her come and take her away. She'll be washing their dishes ever after. If I knew what the message meant, I'd follow it to the fundament. Men and women of good intent all arise at the fundament. No promise broken, no truth bent at the fundament. Mortar and tear gas shuffling at the door. We'll be shouting for quiet for a lifetime. There's a war in the 8th Ward, boots and blood in the street. calling his number, still no answer. And as I pray for a soul's ascent, I wanna go to the fundament. Men and women of good intent, hand in hand at the fundament. No promise broken, no promise broken, no promise broken, no truth bent at the fundament. Nothing more to say about that one. So thank you for the great reaction I've gotten online. Hey Butch, getting the band back together. Triple Scale is ready with his horn, working on his embouchure so he can finally hit that very easily hit high note for somebody who's competent, which I wasn't. Old friends. All right, let's go back to our requests here. Hola, Olinda, thank you. Yes, I promised that to you, Jackie. We will do it. So I got one more from the EP. So in case you haven't been following, and I wouldn't blame you, there's so much to follow, and you're being bombarded with so much information about things you like and things that the algorithm thinks you're gonna like. I've been releasing a single a month, and I plan to do so through June of 2022. My first of the bunch, not counting the one about Bruce, was in June of this year. And I've got all these songs that are in various states of completion, and I'm really proud of them. And I don't want to just slap them all on an album, because the subset of the listening public that listens to complete albums is dwindling. Those of you who are watching may be the exceptions, but I feel I owe it to these songs like children to make sure each one of them has his or her time in the spotlight, with the exception of a couple which are what we would call deep cuts, otherwise known as filler. Those will be saved for the dump of the album at the end of this process, or perhaps they'll be scrapped altogether unless I can make them better. But the good songs, I'm going to keep rolling out one a month, and I thank you for listening. I thank you for the encouraging feedback, which is very nice. Also great to hear from old friends re-engaging through music or whatever else we share online. So thank you for that. This is one of my many nostalgic songs, and production-wise the most ambitious. If you've heard it, you know what I'm talking about. I would love for you to listen to it if you haven't. It's called Astor Place, and it is about that heady, romantic, over-dramatic time in our lives in our early 20s where we're trying to figure shit out, and idealism starts giving way to realism, and hopefully not cynicism. This is going to be a challenge. It's getting louder over there, and this is a ballad. We can do it, right? Thrift store provocateur, if only I could leave with her, winding through the Strand one summer's day. Sad eyes and wilted roses, revolutionary poses, gonna fill with meaning all you say. Feeding off your energy, on the fringe is where we'll be, looking for a map to show the way. Lester Bangs or William Burroughs, Show me all the fight your heart knows. We can earn our keep in battle pay. Until it becomes routine, the rest of the world's obscene. We'll read our poetry in the company of lawyers, clear on the pacifist, on a battlefield of warriors, but they'll never see inside all the beauty of the wounded pride that I knew when we would run and hide to a haven full of grace. You'll walk up unasked to play. Incense would burn for us. Thought I smelled it on the bus on my way downtown just yesterday. Storefronts are glowing clean, different now, but somehow I see bits of you and me along the way. What's the straight world, friend or foe? Maybe I'll be damned if I know how the past is always close behind. Take me back, sweet memory, all the joy you gave to me, up until the day you changed your mind. Time wasn't all we spent, the money came, the money went. Now they're selling poetry to a company of lawyers, while exhibitionists fall into a room of voyeurs, but they'll never see inside all the beauty of the wounded pride that I knew when we would run and hide to a haven full of grace. You'll walk up unasked to play. Till it becomes routine, the rest of the world's obscene. We'll read our poetry in the company of lawyers, cheer on the pacifist on a battlefield of warriors, but they'll never see inside all the beauty of the wounded pride that I knew when we would run and hide to a haven full of grace. You'll walk up unasked to play, a dream that time would not erase. We woke up unasked to play. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Suzette. Much appreciated. So we got crickets. We got some beautiful Spanish music from the backyard across the street. We got an EP in the books that I'm really proud of. Next Saturday night show will feature some musicians I haven't worked with in many, many years. The talented, bowel-threatening, for many reasons, fretwork of Evan Harrison on bass guitar, holding it down the absolute skate punk shredding manifesto of Matthew Krajewski, who I believe has played his guitar twice in the last decade, but that's all right, because my songs are very simple. It is muscle memory that will kick in when we count off to play some of our earliest smash hits from the late 80s and early 90s, songs we haven't played in, I don't know, 30 years. Hey Dan. Hi Maria, thank you. So this one is for my friend, Journeyman Supreme, disheveled poet of South Street, Kenn Kweder, who recently announced his retirement, and I think he took it back a day later, but he's a mercurial fellow, that Kweder, and he knows we got to keep on keeping on at this till we're dead. We have no choice. It is a calling. The world needs our art. But more importantly, we need to do this or we will go insane. This is a sing-along. One of the easiest and best songs to sing along to from the Dylan canon. Clouds so swift, rain falling in. Gonna see a movie called Gunga Din. Pack up your money, pull up your tent, McQuinn. You ain't going nowhere. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Oh Lord, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. Genghis Khan and his brother Don couldn't keep on keeping on. We'll climb that bridge after it's gone, after we're way past it. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Whoa, Lord, are we gonna fly down in the easy chair? Buy me some rings and a gun that sings, a flute that toots and a bee that stings, a sky that cries and a bird that flies, a fish that walks and a dog that talks. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Oh Lord, we're gonna fly down in the easy chair. Clouds so swift, the rain won't lift, the gate won't close and the railings froze. Get your mind off the winter time, you ain't going nowhere. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Whoa Lord, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. So swift, rain falling in. Gonna see a movie called Gunga Din. Pack up your money, pay it in tens. You ain't going nowhere. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Oh Lord, we're gonna fly down in the easy chair. Ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my brides are gonna come. Oh Lord, we're gonna fly down in the easy chair. See you soon. Have a great week.